here's the question that I would like to ask everyone, and this is an exercise for us to work through all this. Okay. If you were Sam Darnold or Brandon Allen, who, by the way, people are like, who the hell is that? Well, Brandon Allen was Joe Burrow's backup last year.
Mm-hmm.
These are quarterbacks in the league who have some credibility. They have a resume. They have options. Okay? They have options. Keep that in mind. Brandon Allen, Joe Burrow's backup last year. Would other teams want him as their backup? Yes, they do. But he came to the 49ers to be the QB4. Sam Darnold, 1 week into free agency, with a bunch of contract clauses, right? Bunch of incentives, which means it took time. They were talking to him for some time, but within the first week of free agency, he said yes to the 49ers. So my question is, what is it that the 49ers said to Darnold and Allen and their representatives that got them to say yes?
You got a shot. You got a shot to be QB2. That's what they said. And by the way, QB1 is coming off of surgery, so you may have a shot at QB1. Although if QB1 is healthy, we love our QB1. But you know what? And go ahead and close the door, Sam.
Close that behind you.
Brandon.
Yeah.
And we won't close the door because the AC is reliant.
It's a Dan day.
We can't actually close that door because the AC shuts off.
We would melt.
We closed the door and Spadoni got mad because he came in, it was 94 in here, and I get that, Joe, and it's my fault because I'm the AC guy. That one's on me. But when they close the door, they say to Brandon and Sam and their reps, we don't love QB2. We have a QB2, and you know him. Even though he was drafted third, he might actually be fourth on our depth chart. We're not going to say that now, but we know, and you know that we know, and we know that you know that he's not our number 2. He's our number 2? Question mark? But Brock Purdy's the one, unless he's hurt, and then the whole thing is wide open.
Yep.
It's not like we have Brock, and if he's hurt, it's Trey, and you guys could all fight for number 3 because we know that Trey's actually knocking on Brock's door. He's not. It's Brock, and if Brock can't get healthy, and he will get healthy, but if something happens to Brock, it becomes a 3-man, not a 2-man.
Open season.
A 3-man jamboree.
Open season, and let me tell you, that could go any direction. Any direction. So the reason I asked that question is it's my question. I would love to know that answer. You'll never get it. They're never going to be honest with you, at least not on the record about that. But truly, I think it's relevant because of where we are with this conversation. What happens too often when we talk about Brock Purdy and Trey Lance is immediately people go, oh, you're a Brock guy or you're a Trey guy. And you have to pick a side and do all of this stuff. As I've said a number of times these last few weeks, I don't care who the 49er quarterback is. I want it to be the person who wins the most games. And so throw Brandon Allen into this mix too. I don't care which one of them wins the job. I want the 49er season to go well. I get called a Brock fan a whole lot the same way I did a Jimmy fan. It has nothing to do with my assessment of Brock Purdy. He's not even healthy right now. I loved what I saw last year. I think you're kind of a crazy person if you didn't, but whatever. If you think he's Jimmy 2.0 like we discussed yesterday, knock yourself out. That has nothing to do with it. I am more interested right now not in what I think or what you think or what our listeners think. I'm interested in what the 49ers think. And that speaks volumes to me. Someone sat in a room with Sam Darnold, who was the 3rd pick in the draft a handful of years ago, coming off a really interesting end of the year in Carolina last year, has been a presumptive starter in this league, and by no stretch is he at a spot where it's like, dude, you're barely a backup. Sam was either going to be someone's high-level backup or competing for a starting job. Do we agree? That was Sam Darnold's resume.
Right.
That was his lot in life right now. And somehow, the 49ers, in less than a week, got him to pick here. What did they have to say to Sam Darnold for him to decide, yep, that's the place for me?
Well, two things. The first thing is you will come here no matter what and have a chance to develop and burnish your reputation a la Mitch Trubisky in Buffalo.
Okay.
Even if you don't play a game or take a snap, being here and being loved on by us, you're going to be better no matter what. And that's a pitch to them. And Sam Darnold looks at that and goes, okay, yeah, I'll buy that because I've been in New York and I've been in Carolina and I've had no structure. And Steve Wilkes, the defensive coordinator, who was the head coach, who's now the DC here, he vouched for Sam Darnold. And so you feel at least good about working with somebody, not directly, but working around somebody who knows you and vouches for you. The other piece of it is you got a chance. So you're saying there's a chance. And there's a chance because if Brock Purdy's healthy, it doesn't mean he stays healthy. Yeah. And if Brock Purdy is not healthy, that means it's wide open. And if Brock Purdy is healthy and Brock Purdy starts the whole year and doesn't get hurt and he's great and he doesn't need a replacement, well, the worst thing that can happen to you is you get $2 to $3 million to come in and play underneath the QB whisperer, take a year, learn, get better, bolster your reputation, and then go out and get another job.
You think that was enough? I think that's an interesting pitch.
At the very least.
You think that's enough? I wonder.
To me, the bottom line of the worst case scenario for Sam is that you don't play, you come here, you learn, and you emerge a better quarterback.
I mean, I'm just thinking around the league. Like, if people were actually trying to win, maybe there are some teams that just want Caleb Williams and they want to stink. But, look at some of even the other West Coast teams. Sam's a West Coast guy. He grew up in San Clemente.
Right.
Okay? The Rams.
He won't start there.
You sure?
Yes.
Supposedly Matt Stafford's back is about to crack for the rest of his life. You're not going to start there?
Would you rather struggle in L.A. or not play in San Francisco?
But why would you struggle in L.A.?
Because they stink. I don't think they're going to be that good.
That's fine, but it's not like they have no talent there.
Right. If I'm Sam Darnold, I would rather sit and watch than put more bad tape out there.
Okay, that's fair.
That's for me if I'm Sam Darnold. Because he started 55 games, and he's 21-34 with a QB rating of 78.2.
Yeah.
That ain't good, kid.
It's not good. It's not good.
He's got a lot of bad tape out there.
I guess, okay, based on resume, none of us would say that Jimmy Garoppolo and Sam Darnold are in the same situation. Even though I think there are a lot of people who think they're probably equal talent in terms of quarterback.
Which is wrong.
So what did
Jimmy's way better.
What did Jimmy get from the Raiders?
Jimmy got $75 million.
Got $25 million a year. I know it ended up all not guaranteed with what happened later. But got $25 million a year. So Sam took 3. He took 3.
Right.
With no promise for where this is going. Here's maybe a fun...
To me, it's what did Trubisky get?
Well, I think that was also 2 or 3. He was a clear level backup.
Right. He got $27 million, though.
So...
after not playing.
Right.